Om Shanti, everyone. A very, very significant, warm, intentional greeting of love and peace. For those of you who might have heard, I don't know if we have the image of the Air India 171 accident yesterday. I heard that 4 of our students in the UK perished in that accident. And how did it make me feel? Well, my first thought was why I love to travel in a group. I've often felt it was a protection. And number 2, Baba, in our teachings of the Brahma Kumaris, have always told us, be ever ready. Your part can change at any moment. So as we believe, and I believe, one is the organization of the Brahma Kumaris, the other is the teaching of the Supreme Soul through Brahma Baba, and then the third is how do I relate it to my own journey. I do believe, with the deepest of conviction, that the soul never dies. I do believe that if I, the soul, leave my body now, the part I played as Sister Jenna just comes to an end. Like an actor and actress plays a part in a movie, and when the movie's over, that part is over for the actor and they've moved on to another part. I feel the same way about my own spirit. And so for those souls, all the souls, whether they were on the streets, in the medical college, on the airplane, the families that are experiencing a great sense of devastation, I hold a moment of peace for them. I invite you to do the same. It's okay. It's fine. You're moving on to a new destination. It was instant, wasn't it? So no suffering, no pain. Maybe 5 seconds of wondering what has happened, but then you moved on. Our blessings, our good wishes, know that they're really there. And so when we move on and we take a look at what's happening in the world today, here in the United States, we're witnessing children being pulled from their parents, where people are being deported, people are being extricated from the political system. There's a lot going on right now here. And change is good. Change is the inevitable. Maybe we don't care for the way it's being done, and maybe it needs to be done in that way to send an important signal that humanity, you have to wake up. And one of the reasons why we do Next Normal, the reason why we offer courses and classes, the reason why we have meditation on wheels to come to you, is that we know these times were going to come. And we knew that things would get really, really hard for souls. And what we didn't want is for anyone to suffer. Yes, times will be tough. Yes, challenge is there. But what we don't want is for people to suffer. And if you look at our record of the decades of tireless service and commitment that we've offered everyone who's ever come into our door. That's your proof that we really are here for your emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. It's not something we do once a week. It's not something that we do just for ourselves. Every day, we're on the field of service, starting from 4 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. So in this next normal, we invite you to join us for meditation for the nation's capital, for Washington D.C. This weekend there'll be a parade of all of our military prowess and equipment in our country, which we've never seen before. It will shift the nerve in everyone. It will connect to the algae in souls: anger, lust, greed, attachment, and ego. But I'm inviting you, let it connect to your love, peace, purity, truth, and joy as God's child. And from that place, I'm inviting you to send your vibrations to the United States of America, coming from the seed of everything that's happening in Washington, D.C. Can you join me now? Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please sit, please be stable just for a few minutes. You must begin to trust the power of your good wishes. You must trust in the power of pure feelings as a form of service. So step behind your eye. Find you there. Find your image of the light that God has put so much love and peace in, and supreme energy. The purity of presence. God, the Supreme Being, the Supreme Soul. The only agenda for the Supreme Power is to remove your suffering, is to absolve sins of the past, is to give you the courage and the strength to forgive. And as you focus on this image of God's light in your mind, have the awareness and the understanding. This energy of God is love. Unconditional, pure, constant love into the soul. And the more love you experience from this divine, the less fear you will serve in your heart. Fear is a manifestation of algae, anger, lust, greed, attachment, and ego. The more love you, the soul, receive from the Supreme Power, fear reduces or becomes non-existent for you. So let's visualize the nation's capital and spread this vibration, very subtle, peace in this nation. Let there be peace in the minds of the leaders of this nation. Peace in the walls of the Capitol. Peace for those public servants in the Senate and House. Peace in the White House. Peace in all the offices of the White House. We send peace to the nation's capital. Hold it right there. On the Washington Mall, you can see with your eyes the Capitol, the monument, the Lincoln Memorial. To your right are the museums, and to the far right is the White House. And I'm just inviting you all to send your peace on the Washington Mall, where we have held so many events in the past on our Dadi Prakash Mini Day. The military and the soldiers are compelled to follow the Commander-in-Chief's orders. We send you peace. Even if you're in conflict with your duty as a soldier, and peace is your religion. God's vibration is the ocean of peace. God's vibration would never give sorrow or suffering to any of his children. God would never wage war on his children. This energy of God that we have spoken about for thousands of years, from time immemorial, this light energy would never give you sorrow. The energy of the divine is here to remove our sorrow. But we have to think of the divine. We have to remember the divine. And it's time to feel God's love in your heart. In your spirit, in your city. I want you to visualize what it would feel and look like for God's vibrations to be all over the city of Washington, D.C. As the image of the city emerges on your screen, visualize what it would be like if God's energy of light through his children spread throughout this entire city. starting from the White House to the Executive Office, to the Capitol, to all the departments, Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security, CIA, FBI, to all the judges, to the Supreme Court judges. Emerge that light of the divine in the hearts of God's children in this city. In God's light now, let it appear on the screen, and if we can just move around the image of the city slowly. But I want you to imagine God's love is flowing through these children. The Department of Defense, the Martin Luther King Memorial. Keep doing it again, Santosh. Go back. Just imagine if God's love somehow, somewhere, in all these areas, His children, someone is going to feel God's vibrations through them. And this compassion and wisdom and purity of conscience will amplify the peace in the nation's capital. All our souls, whether you're the President of the United States, whether you are cleaning the streets, cutting the trees, all our souls. And as souls, all souls are made in the image of God, and that is light. Pause right there at the White House for me. All are made in the image of God's light. And because we're made in the image of God's light, when we break our attachment to our name, role, and title, even nationality, God's love can come through. So in this house at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, wherever you are in the world, remember this address: 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C., the United States of America, is the address for the White House. Our president resides there. The office that follows the directions offered by the president takes place in this house at this address. I invite you to send peace. Peace into the heart of our President of the United States. Peace into the heart of the Vice President of the United States. Peace into the hearts of all the secretaries of the departments, cabinet member, and especially peace into the heart of the Pentagon, the Department of Defense. They're made in God's image, and that's light. And wherever there's light, there is love and peace and purity and wisdom. So I ask all of you to join me for peace at this house address, peace in those walls. Just imagine everyone who's working in that address, the stress, the fears, the expectations, the loyalty, the love, all of it mixed in one, in that same address. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Let this peace prevail in their hearts. Let the trauma bring more empathy, compassion, and kindness in our own hearts, that it spreads far and wide to the residents of this address. All our souls children of the Supreme Soul, God the Father, made in His image of love and light. God's love is here now. God's peace is here. Every citizen in this nation feel God's love in your heart and in your being. Wherever you walk, whatever you do, every day, share God's love through your personality. Be an instrument of God's love and peace. Let this love heal hearts. Let this love touch the conscience of souls. And let this love be a healing for our nation. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We'll move on to the Sister Gita effect. And whatever is being spoken through Sister Gita, let it be a blessing for the nation too. Enjoy.
Prefer no one, love all. In self-respect, you won't prefer one over another. You will have love for all with the warmth of a mother. No, the ego loves opinions and it separates you and divides. But if you were truly wise, you would never pick a side. No matter what you heard, you don't know the whole story. You don't know the past or if the future will bring glory. So please, never take sides. So when two are posed to battle or engage in a terrible war, why not send good wishes instead to both and not pollute your core. Or else, what will happen? You'll root for one over another, but the one you root against is also God's child and is your brother. Will you cheer his defeat? Will you relish his downfall? Will this bring peace of mind to you and make you feel love for all? No. A preference for one means a prejudice against another. This keeps the heart closed from loving all like a mother. I want to know more, to know what true love is. I ask her to explain, to tell me what love does. Love means never taking sides, prefer no one. Om Shanti.
All right, everyone. Today I invite you, every hour in the hour, send peace to the nation. Whatever you're doing, pause for a few seconds and send your peaceful vibrations to the nation's capital and to the leaders of this country, and definitely the citizens. Om Shanti. Be well and stay in peace.